Given that Return to Castle Wolfenstein has been out on PC for almost 2 years now, Operation Resurrection is, for all intents and purposes, a straight port of the hit PC shooter.
You wanted to see me, Major?
Captain Blazkowicz, come in.
Of course, there are some exclusive changes to be found now Castle Wolfenstein has opened its doors to PS2, many of which fall in the storyline department. The PC version kicked off with all-American hero BJ Blazkowicz incinerated deep within the bowels of Wolfenstein, and the barbecued Agent 1 smouldering nicely on the electric table.
He'll brief you on your mission and new orders.
Welcome aboard, Captain. We don't have much time for introductions right now. We've got transport waiting to take us into Northern Eden.
In Operation Resurrection, you have 7 whole new levels where you meet Agent 1 and witness his fate in a major prequel section. Starting in the back streets of Egypt, BJ heads off in search of a Nazi archaeological dig, where you run into a tomb full of mummies before making your escape and crash landing in rural Germany. The addition of this section pushes the Wolfenstein challenge to over 20 hours of gameplay. But given that for many people it's the first impression they're likely to get from Castle Wolfenstein, it's sadly the weakest section of the game, when in theory it should be the highlight of the PS2 package. Compare these opening levels against the main game itself, and you could be forgiven for thinking you were looking at 2 different games. There's no atmosphere for starters. The impending sense of doom that lurks around every chilling corner of Castle Wolfenstein proper appears to have been misplaced, along with the eerie sound effects and the horrific lineup of animated corpses. But it won't take you long to finish this exclusive campaign, and it all gets much better once you venture into Castle Wolfenstein proper. Castle Wolfenstein is split into 6 fairly long campaigns. The opening Egyptian campaign is followed with BJ's escape from Wolfenstein through to a raid on Himmler's secret laboratory, among others. Thankfully, the impressive level design and vast amounts of enemies on offer more than make up for the repetitive nature of the mission objectives. Traipsing from one point to the next, smashing up radios, pulling switches, shooting at the meddling Nazis, essentially it's the same thing over and over. And there's an abundance of secrets to discover too, cunningly hidden away behind collapsing walls, secret buttons and picture frames. It's enough to keep all but the most hardened of first-person shooters going for quite some time, and the more secret areas you find, the more points you'll receive to spend on upgrading your character's abilities for the tougher later levels. As entertaining as it is, Operation Resurrection lacks that certain sparkle. The detailed environments and characters are certainly impressive, but there's no explosive brilliance that we've come to expect from games such as Red Faction 2. And the overall thrill pales in comparison to the superb Medal of Honor. It's fair to say that Wolfie on PS2 is no showstopper. Accept this fact, and there's a reasonably lengthy and thoroughly entertaining single-player adventure to be had once you've breathed through the disappointing first campaign. It's hardly an essential purchase, but it could have been much worse.